Bueno, pues ahora en este momento van a producirse
Well, right now we're going to observe a marvelous effect. We have studied two laws. Do you remember the law of marginal utility? What does the law of marginal utility say? It says that each one of us values the relevant and fully interchangeable units of means available to us in terms of the value we attach to the last unit on our value scale. And to what conclusion does the law of marginal utility lead us? It leads us to conclude that the more units we have available to us, the lower the marginal utility. Marginal utility diminishes. Well, now we've reviewed the law and we'll set it aside for the moment. Now, let us recall the second law we studied, the poorly named law of the division of labor, actually of knowledge, or Ricardo's law of association, the law of specialization. According to this law, human beings realize that we benefit if we specialize in a specific area and exchange our products for those of others. Imagine a society in which each one of us specialized in one specific and unique line of production and did nothing else. You would make shirts and only shirts, you shoes and only shoes, you books and only books, and so on. Everyone would produce something different. What would happen? I ask you. Would she value very highly the 100 shirts she produced each week? No, she would have only shirts. And the law of marginal utility tells us that the value of the last shirt, which would be almost nothing, would determine the value of each and every one. She would make only shirts, and the shirts she had would be of almost no value to her. But take note, she would lack shoes, food products, etc. She would have none of these. What marginal utility would shoes and food have for her? They are the other goods she would need. Would their utility be high or low? Extremely high. Think about it. What she had would be worth almost nothing to her, but what she lacked would be tremendously valuable. And this gentleman, Mark, would make shoes. How much would the shoes be worth to him if he had 500 pairs of shoes like Imelda Marcos? Would they be worth a lot or a little? His own products would be of almost no value to him, because they would be his specialty, but what he lacked would be of high value, and the same would be true for you, and so on. Let's fuse the two laws together. The law of specialization, which says each person should specialize in the area in which he or she has a relative comparative advantage, and the law of marginal utility. In a society, for illustrative purposes, our class, if each one of us specialized in a specific and unique area, and we had many goods from that area but lacked all others, I ask you, in light of the law of marginal utility, under these circumstances, what incredibly powerful force would spontaneously emerge in that society? What would we immediately do? What would we set out in search of? What would we pursue? What? Exchanges. If each of us specialized in a particular sphere, and what we had was of almost no value to us, but we valued very highly what others had, and this was true for all of us, the incredibly powerful force that would immediately emerge would consist of exchanges. You would be contacting this person, and this person, and this person. Everybody would want to make exchanges. Immediately, in a fraction of a second, we would all start trading things, because what we have is worth almost nothing to us, and what others have is worth a lot, and vice versa. And that, dear students, is society. An extremely complex network of exchanges.